Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? I think yesterday we had discussed about the shielding and de-shielding, means position of the chemical shift. And there we have discussed one of the example, which is the simplest and the first example explained by the scientist by taking that example, that is the ethyl chloride, and they had measured the position of that chemical shift. There are, and as we know that the number of PMR signal or peak is equal to the number of types of proton present in the molecule. Means the chemically equivalent proton observe at the same chemical shift, and the different proton means they are chemically non-equivalent proton observe at different magnetic field, because we are talking about the magnetic field, and magnetic field is accurately measured, it produces the more accurate result rather than the frequency, because in the instrument there are two units, from that we can measure one thing by keeping as a frequency fixed and go on changing the magnetic field. It is tuned fixed at a particular magnetic field, it will produce as a peak corresponding to that particular proton. So that are the some of the example which we have already discussed in case of that ethyl, how methyl proton and the ethyl proton. So methyl proton and the methylene proton, there are two kinds of proton and they are present in a different chemical environment. Methylene proton has a two proton, but both are chemically equivalent proton, and therefore they produce the chemical shift. The position of that chemical shift will be identical. And another one is methyl proton, and methyl proton, there are the three protons are there, but all these three protons has the chemical environment around it is identical, and therefore they will produce, they will absorb the magnetic field is the same, and one at upfield and one at a downfield. Methyl proton get absorbed at upfield, whereas methylene proton get absorbed at a downfield. Means the methylene proton nearer to the chlorine group, which is a electron withdrawing group, which will withdraw the electron density, and that's why that proton becomes as a de-shielded, and they will absorb the magnetic field at downfield. Similarly, the methyl proton, which is away from the chlorine, the effect of that electron withdrawing group is less as compared to the methylene proton. Therefore, the methyl proton CH3 will absorb at upfield. So that type of the discussion we have discussed in our previous lecture. So today what we are going to discuss, measurement of chemical shift. What do you mean by the chemical shift? What is the symbol? What is the mathematical expression used for the measurement of that chemical shift, as well as the scale of that chemical shift, how much is there? So that type of the discussion we are going to discuss right now at the present. And what are the, which is the reference compound we are going to use here? So that is the main point of discussion we are discussing right now. Even though proton in a different chemical environment absorb at different magnetic field, it is found that difference in the magnetic field is often too small, and it could be as small as 0.02 Gauss. 0.02 Gauss. Since the instrument which we know that instrument which is used for this, for the measurement of chemical shift, the name of that instrument is NMR spectrophotometer. As we know that the working and how this machine complicated, how it is working, everything we already discussed in our introductory part. Since the instrument is producing as a high as 40,000 Gauss, as high as 40,000 Gauss, 40,000 Gauss, and it is very difficult to measure accurately the changes in magnetic field of the order of 10 raised to minus 2, 10 raised to minus 2 Gauss, 10 raised to minus 2 Gauss. And therefore absolute peak position required accuracy, therefore absolute peak position cannot be determined accurately. However, relative peak position can be measured with the required accuracy by comparing the magnetic field of given proton with that of some proton chosen as a standard, that is a choice of standard reference, choice of standard reference, choice of standard reference. Even though several compounds are used as standard or reference compounds, tetramethylsilane TMS is found to be the best of them. It fulfills all the necessary criteria for a good reference compound. Remember here, for considering as a choice of standard or a reference which is a good reference compound is used while measuring the chemical shift in NMR spectrophotometer. The standard reference or internal standard which is used in the NMR spectrophotometer is, what is that? That is a TMS. This is the standard or the internal reference compound used in this particular machine as an internal standard or the reference compound, that is a TMS. Let us see first one, the full form of TMS, which is tetra. T stands for tetra methyl silane. This is the full form of TMS, because in a NMR, while studying as a NMR spectroscopy, these are the terms frequently used in so that is a frequently use these terms in the while studying as a NMR spectroscopy. One of them is a tetramethylsilane, which is a good reference compound or the standard compound. And what will be the structure? As we know that here tetramethylsilane, tetra means 4, methyl group which is attached to the silicon which is one of the member present in the carbon family. As we know that in the long term of the periodic table there are 18 vertical columns, and in that the vertical columns are generally named as a sum of the families. First is the alkali family, alkaline earth metal family. Then similarly if you go for the boron family, and next one is the carbon family. So in the carbon, next element, if you go from top to bottom, you will observe there the silicon. So this is a silicon which is also has tetravalencies. Tetravalencies means it can form as a 4 bond, and that's why it is grouped in the carbon family. And as we know that carbon shows as a 4 valency. Valency means it has a ability or the capacity to form the bond with the other element or themselves itself. So here, and tetrahedral structure, as we know that tetrahedral geometry, you know that carbon if saturated like as a methane. So methane is a tetrahedral structure. How to draw that tetrahedral structure? There are various methods to represent organic molecule, their geometry, to understand their physical properties as well as chemical properties. Even though these molecules are very simplest one, but their connectivity of that bond, how they arrange in the space, and that will decide the actual physical as well as chemical property of that particular molecule, how they are nicely arranged in the space. Depending upon that arrangement or that geometry, decide the physical as well as chemical property. Generally, tetrahedral structure is here two normal lines. Here one of the methyl group is shown over here, another methyl group is shown over here. These two methyl group, they are present or lying in the same plane. Another one, the one group which is goes away from the observer, we can call, and it is shown by dotted line, and one of the bond which is projecting above the plane, and it is this one, and this is the actual structure of tetramethylsilane. There are 4 methyl groups. If you observe there, 4 methyl group has 12 protons over here, 12 hydrogen atoms, because each methyl group carries 3 hydrogen atoms, and all these hydrogen atoms, if you observe closely, you will notice here all the 12 protons are identical, and it is one of the very good characteristic or the criteria fulfilling these 12 hydrogen atoms produce a signal, sharp signal, and whatever organic compounds known, they all are producing downfield chemical shift, and that's why this is the structure of tetramethylsilane. And this tetramethylsilane, why it is used as a internal standard, or why it is referred as a good reference compound, it fulfills all the necessary criteria for good reference compound. Number 1 here, number 1, it produces one sharp signal corresponding to 12 proton, 12 hydrogen atom. See this methyl group, this methyl group, this methyl, there are 4 methyl group, and each methyl group carry 3 hydrogen atom. If you count their total hydrogen atom are 12, and therefore it produces one sharp signal corresponding to 12 hydrogen atoms. That is a one speciality or criteria for the reference, good reference compound. Number 2, the peak due to TMS, the peak due to TMS, tetramethylsilane, is at the highest magnetic field. Almost all known organic proton absorb at a field less than that of tetramethylsilane. Why? Because there are the 12 protons are there, whatever organic compound known to us, all are producing less magnetic field than this one. And third criteria for the good reference compound is it itself is a very good solvent and is miscible with many organic solvent used to dissolve the given sample. We know that generally you might be knowing one proverb is there or one general guideline is there regarding the miscibility. What is that? It is like this, like dissolve likes. Means polar compound dissolve in polar and non-polar compound dissolve in non-polar. But here is the exception. Most of the organic compounds are generally miscible in tetramethylsilane, and that's why it is a good reference or the standard compound. And number fourth criteria for this, why it is used as an internal standard, it is highly volatile and boiling point is found to be 27 degrees centigrade. Here also, do you remember volatile and non-volatile? Volatile means what and non-volatile means what? Here also it is referred like the 100 degree centigrade as the water boils at 100 degree centigrade. So it is taken as a mid point regarding that volatile and non-volatile. So those organic compound has their melting point or boiling point less than 100 degrees centigrade, they are called as volatile, and those are having their melting point or boiling point greater than 100 degrees centigrade are termed as non-volatile compounds. And here if you see here 27 is nearly room temperature, and so that it is very volatile, and whenever the organic compound dissolve in that tetramethylsilane, after its use, the sample is recovered more than 100 degree, more than 100%, and that's why it is a use of this as a standard solvent. It is highly volatile, boiling point 27 degrees centigrade, and hence it is quickly evaporated at room temperature, and the sample can be recovered 100%. Now next point will be the sixth point, which is a criteria for a good reference compound. It is used as an internal standard, that is the sample solution and TMS, tetramethylsilane, are mixed together. Due to this magnetic field expressed by the sample proton and reference proton, that is those of TMS, is one and the same. These are the 5 criteria, due to that tetramethylsilane is used as a good reference compound in NMR spectroscopy. The frequency or the magnetic field, we can keep either frequency or magnetic field, as we know that while studying as a instrumental part, generally whatever machines are available today, they fix the frequency maybe as a 60 megahertz, 100 megahertz, 200 megahertz, 300 megahertz, 500 megahertz, 600 megahertz, 700 megahertz, and go on changing the magnetic field, because magnetic field is easy to adjust and produce or gives good result than the frequency. We are keeping here frequency as a constant and varying the magnetic field, it produces as a good result, and that's why most of the machine available today are using this principle and determining the structure of the unknown compound of the organic compound. And once you know the structure of the organic compound, it's very easy to predict its physical properties as well as chemical properties. And what do you mean by the chemical shift? How do you define chemical shift? So that is one of the main definition for chemical shift is like this: the separation between the peak position of the sample proton with respect to the TMS proton is known as chemical shift and is calculated mathematically as chemical shift. Chemical shift is equal to frequency of sample, frequency of sample minus frequency of TMS, frequency of TMS, tetramethylsilane, divided by frequency of instrument, divided by frequency of instrument, frequency of instrument into 10 raised to 6. That is a mathematical expression or chemical shift generally represented by the symbol delta is equal to frequency of sample minus frequency of TMS divided by frequency of instrument into 10 raised to 6. This is the simplest mathematical expression to define the chemical shift is like this: into 10 raised to 6. So for the simplification it is multiplied by 10 raised to 6 so that it becomes as a simplified. The chemical shift, again I am repeating the definition of the chemical shift: the separation between the peak position of the sample with respect to the TMS proton is known as chemical shift, and mathematically it is represented as chemical shift is equal to delta. Delta is a symbol for the chemical shift, and the chemical shift delta is dimensionless and is expressed as a parts per million. This delta generally expressed in ppm, parts per million. And chemical shift for TMS itself is 0 ppm. 0 ppm. That is a chemical shift for TMS. TMS means delta for TMS is equal to 0 ppm. That's you have to remember because it is a very high of field. The dimension and the instrument, how it is used, then scale of that instrument, I think that type of the things we will discuss in our next lecture. Let us stop today here. Thank you. Have a nice day.